They say the greatest gift that you could ever give someone is yourself. So I turned my head into a piece of mistletoe. And since my name is Joseph, it's now a Mistle Joe. I did this by taking multiple pictures of my head and stitching them together in Meshroom. The important part is to keep the color from the photos because we're actually going to print the ink directly onto the head. This printer uses a special kind of powder to cover the bed surface, and then goes over the specific sliced layer of my head and prints with ink and a binding agent on the outside perimeter. It's super brittle at this point because the binder in the ink isn't very strong, so I have to cover everything in a layer of superglue. I then let it dry for 24 hours. Now, because the powder's so expensive, it's best to design objects with a hole in them so that all the unused powder can be recycled. And this actually works to our advantage because this is the perfect spot for us to fit in a piece of fake mistletoe. I just hot glued it in here. Now, I know some people in the comments might say, oh, I don't have access to a $100,000 printer. And that's true, but don't worry, you are still a wonderful gift. And I thought of another convenient option for most people: ceramics. So you're still gonna need a 3D printed head, but this time we're using a cheap FDM printer and then mixing up some pottery plaster and pouring it into our mold. I did this in 2 parts and then crudely removed the printed head. After letting the plaster dry for a week, I'm able to pour in the slip. I'm using terracotta and stoneware, which will give a nice brown and white outcome. After letting it soak in for 40 minutes, I then make sure to pour out as much as I can and then let the clay dry for a couple more hours. Now we can delicately remove the heads and let these dry for a week. And after being fired and glazed, we have these. And all you need to do is put 3 holes in the top and you have the most personalized salt and pepper shakers that everyone's gonna wanna steal at the Secret Santa White Elephant gift party. I put corks in the bottom and then drilled 2 holes in a piece of wood so they would stand up straight, and my friends actually fought over these at the Christmas party. So I think I'm gonna make things rather than just buy gifts from now on. Happy holidays.